you need to fix your page. If you are using a table, you must first put your T-square before you fix your page. Make sure that this edge of your T-square and that edge of the T-square touch your table. So you put your paper, masking tape at the corner, masking tape, masking tape, masking tape. If you are right-handed, put it towards the left end. If you are left-handed, put it towards right end. Your page so that you can draw easily. Those who are using drawing board, some other drawing board they have the clips. You just need to press down, you flip the clip and you put the page underneath, both on this side and at the bottom. Some, they also have a clip there. If your drawing board does not have a clip, use masking tape to fix your page. So fix your page. My page will be this part of the board. Fix it. So we are going to draw a line. There are two types of the line which we will be drawing. There's a construction line. Construction line, it's a fade line. And there's also a bolt line. I won't be calling them with their types. I will be using bolt and the fade. Bolt line, you use it for your final drawing. So let us start with that line. We start with the fade line. Remember, you were supposed to have 0.3, 0.5, 0.7 pencil, but I only told you to buy 0.5. So with 0.5, if you want to use it as 0.3, it means when you draw, you do not press your pencil very hard. Then in that case, you will have a fade line. You understand, eh? Yes, you will have a fade line. Fade line, we're supposed to use 0.3. But with your 0.5, you just do not press your pencil very hard. So now we are going to draw a fade line. So what do? This is your pencil. You put it there at a certain angle. Do not put it perpendicular. At a certain angle, you pull. You can also push, but at a certain angle. So now I want you to draw 400. In drafting, when you are given it as 100, it means it's in millimeters. We use millimeters. If you are given it in centimeters, you must convert to millimeters before you draw. We use millimeters. So now you draw this 100, fade, meaning your pencil, you do not press it harder. You draw it fade, fade line. So from there, now we're going to draw a bolt line on top of this. A bolt line, it means your pencil, you're going to press it a little bit harder, but I want you to draw up until, okay, erase this portion and also erase this other portion. Agree, you have drawn. Erase this side and also erase this side and tell me What is it that you observe? Or what is it that you see? Yes? I do not understand. Drawing a line. I wanted you to draw this line. From there to there, it's 100. Using a fade line, meaning your pencil, you do not press it harder, first time. Second time, you draw a line again. But this time, you need to draw a broad line, which is from one end to the center. Your pencil, it means you press it a little bit harder. After that, you erase a portion of this fade line. You also erase a portion of this broad line. And tell what is it that you notice after erasing. What's the difference when you erase? There's no difference. It is. What's the difference? Sorry? Yeah? You can explain it in your language, no problem. Sorry? Which side? This side, ne? So this side you cannot completely erase it, ne? And this side is easy to erase, right? So this one is a construction line. So this one is the line which you need to use for your final drawing. How so? Let us, for instance, I want to draw a box. This is my box. Can you see? I have drawn my box. But on my box, can you see here, the line I have extended it. I can erase it because that line is not part of my drawing. Even this line is not part of my drawing. I can erase it. Erase it. So, when you draw it first time, you must use a construction line, a fade line, so that whenever you want to erase, you can erase it easily. So now then that I'm sure of the lines, I come with a broad line. I draw on it. For my final drawing. So my final drawing is that one. I need to use a broad lines. So it's like drawing one drawing twice, which is time consuming. So, to save time, if ever you can able to measure and draw at a go without needing eraser, and by the way, you must eliminate eraser. Whenever you draw, you must make sure that you measure accurately. So you can from first time use a broad line, knowing that you are not going to erase. You draw using a broad line. Because once you start with a construction line and again come and draw with a broad line, it's like drawing twice, which is time consuming. So, but if you cannot able, you must first start with a construction line, then later on a broad line. So okay, now then that we understand or we know how to draw a line. And remember, to draw a horizontal line, you must use a T-square. You must use a T-square. There you draw. Or if you cannot able to draw on top of a T-square, on a T-square, you can put a ruler. Then you draw on the ruler while measuring. Do not use the measurements on the T-square, because those measurements, they start from somewhere here and you want to start from somewhere here. Use a ruler to measure. So when you draw, if you use a T-square, you must touch the edge of the T-square. When you draw like this, sometimes you won't be able to draw a straight line. So this one, you draw a horizontal line. Vertical line, you put your T-square like that. You draw a vertical line, or you come from the bottom, you draw a vertical line. Or you use a T-square and a set square. This is your T-square. This is your set square. You put your set square on top. And you must notice, always when I put my T-square here, this edge, they still touch there. From there, you can now draw your vertical line. Those are using drawing board. There's a line here, and there's also a line down there, a rail for your T-square. If you want to put your T-square vertically, you put on the other rail. Some other T-square, that rail is on the top, depending on the manufacturer, where have they decided to put the rail. So now then that we know how to draw a line. Always when you draw, you must put borders. You cannot draw without borders. Your paper needs borders. So, from this edge towards the center, you measure 15 millimeters. From the top towards the center, you measure 15 millimeters. From the bottom towards top, you measure 15. Even from this other end towards the center, you measure 15. So after measuring 15, now you can draw your borders, your border line, using a board line. You do not use a construction line, a board line. How long from edge to here? 15. Then you also measure here, going that side. How long from there to there? 15. As you can see, my T-square is very small against my paper, which is the board. Meaning here, I will continue with a free hand. When now you do not need to continue with a free hand. You need to use a T-square. When I get here, again, I think you are busy drawing, the borders. Yes, draw them. That is your borders. Your page, every time when you draw, it must have borders. When you draw, it's either you have construction line or a board line. We also have a center line. Bold and the fade is how the visible your line will be. You understand that one? Yes. So now a center line, it's a line which indicates where your center pass. Once I see that line, it simply means, or you are telling me that there's your center. Remember, drawing is a communication. So you will be communicating with me. you will be telling me where's your center. For instance, when I want to know where's the center of this board, you do not come and point. By indicating by that line, you will be telling me there's the center of this board. You understand? So, how do you draw that center line? To draw the horizontal center line, you have your T-square. Depending on how long it should go. This one, the first one, is use plus minus 15. This dash here in between, use plus minus 3. This space here, the space, use plus minus 2. The first one, measure. The first space, measure. The second, the dash, this dash here, measure. But as you go on, you have already measured. You can able to see how big it is. This one you estimate depending on this one. This one you estimate depending on this one. That one you estimate depending on this one. This and this one must be the same size. Because you will be estimating, it won't be exactly the same. You do not have time to measure. I'm saying the first time you draw, measure so that you can able to see how long it is. Because if I can say now, just draw a dash line, small, big, I will end up finding other students drawing something like this. So to avoid this one, the first time you draw, you need to measure. You understand, right? Yes. So draw your center line. For instance, now I'm just drawing without measuring, estimation. Can you see? This one look more the same as that one. But if you can come with the ruler to measure, you may find that those two distances are not the same. But I was just estimating. Draw your center line. And when you draw, your drawing must not touch your borderline. You understand me? Your drawing must not touch a borderline. The last line which we'll be using is a hidden detail. Hidden detail is just a dash. Dash, 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 dash. Plus minus 3. This one is plus minus 2, the opening. Dash line, those are the hidden detail. Hidden detail, you use it to indicate something which you cannot able to see, but you know that is there, which is behind something. For instance, on this cupboard, there are books inside. For me to indicate the books inside, I must use the dash line because I cannot see them, but I know they are inside. Let us look on measurement. We have a circle with the center. That is the circle. The distance from there to there, that is a radius. It will be given as R50. So meaning it says from there to there is 50. R50 is a radius. The distance from the center to circumference. So, with the circle again, they can also indicate using this symbol 100. This symbol is to show that that is a diameter. From circumference, center, circumference. That distance is a diameter. Given with this symbol. Sometimes your circle, that's the center of your circle, they will indicate it like this. That is the arrow R50 or 100. They won't give you this at the same time. It's either they give you a radius or they give you a diameter. So now we need to know if you are given this one, which distance are they talking about? Which is the distance from the end, center towards end. It's the distance which passed through the center to the other end. This one is the distance that starts from the center to the end or to the circumference of the circle. If it's a square, here we are having a square. From there to there, they can you see this line, it corresponds or is in line with that one. This line is also in line with this one. Meaning they are talking about the distance from there to there, which they will also indicate by the arrow there, also the arrow there. They can give it 150. This 150 is to say from there to there is 150. Or instead of indicating it like that, they can do like this. This line and that line is in line. That arrow is now facing that side. Even this one is facing this side. These two arrows, they are telling you that the distance from there to there is 100. That is the measurement of from there to there. For the angle, this is the angle. You will be given as like this one. There's an arrow there. Also an arrow there is 30 degrees, meaning from there to there is 30. Sometimes they will use this one, the arrow outside, also the arrow outside. Depending on, for instance here, if this distance is very small, they usually use this one. If this distance is very large, they use this sort. Even there, same thing. That is how you get your reading. Now you need to draw a cycle. You will have your center line and also a vertical center line for you to draw a circle. We are all going to draw a cycle. Take out your compass. This cycle, it has a diameter of 150. It has a diameter of 150. Having a diameter of 150, what will be your radius? 75. Your radius is 75, ne? Yes. Remember, a radius is a half of a diameter. Radius is a half of a diameter, meaning for you to get a radius, you must take your diameter and divide it by 2, you'll get the radius. To draw using a compass, you need the measurement of a radius. So what do? You measure your radius. You open your compass. There's this one here. Mine is on the side, on my compass. Yours is in the middle. You use it to open and to close your compass. Do not pull your compass this or push it like this one. First time and second time it will able to do so. But as you continue to do so, believe you me, it won't last for more than a month. You are damaging it. You need to press it like that one. So you measure, we said it's 75, ne? You put this one. You have a ruler. On your ruler, you put at 0 and you open up until 75. Because you want to draw a cycle of 75. So we'll take it as from there to there. On my case is 75. But in your case, you need to use the correct measurement from the ruler. Measure from the ruler. So after that, the tip side, you put it on the center of your on the center where you need to draw your cycle. Can you see how am I holding my compass? You do not hold it like this. There's a tip here. You hold that tip. You put that one, and you do not put your T-square vertical. You put it at the certain angle. Vertical, I mean perpendicular. You put it at a certain angle. The more you reduce your angle, is the more you cannot able to draw. The more it becomes 90 degrees or perpendicular, you won't able to draw. It must be slightly, maybe somewhere 85 or 70. Remember, you cannot able to measure, but that angle, you just estimate it. Then you start twisting here. As you twist, you make sure that the pencil or the lead is still on top of the page as you twist here. Then draw your cycle. Can you see? There's mine coming out. I'm just twisting. Can you see? It comes exactly back where I have started. So another thing, if this cycle it was your question 1, you must indicate that this cycle is your question 1. And you must also indicate that it's a cycle. Then you underline. Draw parallel line to a line which you already have. Let's take I already have this line at that angle, which I said for now you can just draw without measuring the angle. I need to draw this parallel line, which is 20 millimeter apart from this. So I measured 20 millimeter. Just that 20 is just a random number. So I need to draw a parallel line here, which is parallel to this one. You understand that one, eh? So I have a set square. With my set square, I put it in line with this line. Can you see? So I said it's either you block this side or you block this side. You can block any side. So I'm going to block this side. The reason I'm blocking this side is gonna be easy for me to push it like that. So if I put it here and I block this line, when I slide it up. Can you see? So meaning it does not get there. I will still have to block this and go that other side. So just check which side after blocking, when you slide it will take you where you want. So I put it here and I block here. Then I draw up, I push. Then when I reach to my mark, then I can draw that parallel line. Can you see? So it's this one. Even if I block this side, if this line it was somewhere here, when I block there, when I push, can you see it goes there. I can still draw my parallel line there. So that is how we draw parallel lines. So I did not show you how to use a protractor. Forgive me for that. Now I'm having this horizontal line. That is horizontal line. I want to draw an angle of 45, let's say 45 degrees using a protractor. This 45, it must start here going there. So what do? You take your protractor, this protractor here at 0, you put where you want to start your angle. This side, this line, it must be on top of 180. This side must also be on top of 180. And then from there, as you can see, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 is there. I can measure there. Then from the same mark where there was my 0, I can able to draw 45. You see that one, eh? Or you can use a set square. You can use a set square. Okay, let us check this line is not there. I need to draw 45. This one's already 45. This is already 45. So I can just make it horizontal. Agree my T-square? Okay, let me erase this one so that it's much more easier. Here is my T-square. This is the line. I need to draw angle 45 from here. So what do? I take a set square, 45, I place it there. Not on top. If I put it here, here I won't able to draw. I just take it a little bit down. I put it there. Can you see? Now I can able to draw. This angle is 45 because I used a 45 set square. If my 45 I need it from this side, it means I use this side. That goes 45. You understand, eh? What is this angle? Sorry? It's 30, eh? And this one? What is this? 45. If I'm having angle 45 here, right? Okay, let me erase this one so that you can be able to see. I want to draw an angle there. This angle, I want you to tell me the value of the angle. When I put a set square here, what angle will come out? Sorry? 45, ne? So when I put this one on top there, what angle will come out? 75. Do you all understand why 75? You don't? From there to there, you said it's 40, ne? And this one is what? Is it not 30? So 40 plus 30, 45 plus 30, 75. But if we cannot able to use set square, it's safe to use protractor.